Shark Game here. Welcome to another episode. Why do some Japanese women date foreigners? That's a question that someone asked me the other day when I was at the bar looking at football. And it was a guy that that's trying to, I guess, he's a little curious about meeting Japanese women because he's seen over the past couple months that a lot of Japanese women engaging and talking with people here in America, and even back in Japan. There's a lot of foreigners that go to Japan, and some want to meet foreigners. Some want to talk to other guys besides the Japanese guys. And this is what I told him. I said, first of all, you have to realize that Japan is socialized just like any other country, any other place in the world. And there's it's different. The rules, you have their own culture. The rules change. And Japan is a very male-dominated society, and males, Japanese guys, for the most part, have the last say so in any and everything. And a lot of Japanese girls really don't have a lot of say so in very much in Japanese society. Plus, age is a very important thing in Japan. It's a very important thing when it comes to Japanese culture. I think that's just across the board in Asia. Age is very important. The reason why I say this is because once women get past the age of 30, most Japanese guys don't want to touch that. When I say they don't want to touch that, they don't even. She's like, she's getting old. She's like not wanted in society. And if she was to somehow start dating a guy, he would have to be 40 or 50. Now, for example, if a woman is 32 in Japan, a 32-year-old guy doesn't want really anything to do with her. He might be friends with her, he might be cordial with her, but then get in a relationship with her and have sex with her, that's probably not going to happen, you know. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. That's just their way of doing things. That's a part of their culture. That's they have their own code of conduct. They have their way of um, functioning in society. So what happens is a Japanese girl that's 35, 40, 50, she might looks well, built well, carries herself well, but she's probably going to end up being single if she doesn't talk to a foreigner, right? Now, there's always an exception to the rule, but it's very rare. Trust me. I've lived in Japan for 4 years, and ever since I've left, I've went. I usually go. I usually visit Japan every 4 to 5 years. So I've been living in Japan and been traveling back and forth for a pretty good bit over the past 20 years. So number one, age is very important. So if she's past the age of 30, 30, 40, 50, regardless of how she looks, she might be drop dead gorgeous, but if she doesn't date out, seek to date foreigners, she's probably going to end up being single in Japan. And even over here in America, she's probably going to end up being single too, because Japanese guys come over here, the same rules apply. You know, some hey, you know, but most people that come over here from Japan, for the most part, are usually married, unless they're young, unless they're in the early 20s, just getting out of college or something like that. They might come over here for like 2 years just to see if they like it, or for a job or something like that. And if they don't like it, then they go back home. But these people are young, so the rules change when it comes to younger people because they're still fresh. They're still wanted by the guys. I mean, at the end, if you're in the 20s, all women are wanted by guys. But it's very important, extremely important when it comes to Japanese guys. The younger, the better. And number one, the Japanese in the Japanese culture, Japanese guys, for the most part, they don't really express themselves very much. They don't really show a lot of emotion. And what happens is a lot of Japanese girls come like to maybe America or anywhere in North America, or even some of them might meet foreigners in Japan, and we tend to express ourselves. We tend to tell people women how we feel. Now in Japan, Japanese people, for the most part, they don't do that. And what happens is a lot of Japanese girls get exposed to that, and it's different. And if someone tells you, someone gives you a compliment, or you give anyone a compliment, she's gonna like that. She's gonna eat that up, especially if she thinks you're attractive to her. So that stuff like that makes a difference, So plus, a lot of Japanese girls perceive foreigners to be much more confident than the Japanese guys. That's not absolute. That's not always true across the board. Of course not. But that's their perception. They think that foreign guys are much more confident than Japanese guys. That's not always true. Of course, there's no absolute when it comes to anything, but that's how they see it, right? So, at the end of the day, if a Japanese girl comes from Japan and comes to North America, she's going to adapt to the environment. That's just human nature. Most people adapt to their environment. Now, there's a small percentage of people that is going to be who they're going to be regardless of the environment. But that's only a small fraction of people. But the majority of people are going to adapt to the environment that they might be in. And this is what happens to a lot of Japanese women. And I can take it to the next level. When some people, women as well, when they get exposed to something new, something fresh, something different, something unique, that can blow someone away, right? This is why I always say same is lame and being different is genius. And I wrote about this in details, specific details, in my newest book called Love Can't Wait, which you can get on Amazon. And I talk about this a lot because what happens is a lot of guys and even some women as well, when they get in a relationship, especially, they get very complacent. They get too relaxed. And the game is you have to be consistent. Just because you get with somebody and get in a relationship with them, that doesn't mean you're supposed to take a break. You have to keep dating. You have to keep reinventing yourself. You have to keep the fire alive. This is why same is lame and different is genius. Now, some people will take being different as a threat, or some people will get uncomfortable. But anyone that thinks that way, they're not for you. And most people are going to get uncomfortable with you if you're different, or if you're perceived as being different. But that's fine. They're not for you. But you need to be around the people that want to be around you, that accept you for being you. So this is what happens to the Japanese women, and this is why they seek out to date foreigners, because they feel alive. It's something different. It's, it blows their mind. It turns them on. And that's just human nature. If you stay around somebody long enough, or if you can relate to someone long enough, eventually you're going to have some type of connection with that person. And the more you can find stuff to relate about, the more of a connection, the more bond you will have with the woman. That's just human nature. I mean, that's just how that is. This is not my opinion. This has been proven since the beginning of mankind. So that's what I told the gentleman at the bar. So if you like what you heard, check out my blog at chooseyourrelationships.com. Check out my book, Love Can't Wait, at amazon.com. And subscribe to my channel. Until next time, Sharp Gamers out. Peace.